Whether you're watching, listening or reading this, welcome back to the Runpreneur vlog, where we're on a mission to raise £1 million for children's charities by run blogging on consecutive days the distance of one lap around the world. It is a staggering 40,075 kilometres. It's going to take somewhere in the region of 11 years to accomplish, so plenty of time to raise that money. I'm going to commit to running whilst vlogging a minimum of 5 kilometres every day, and I'm even going to do it barefoot style. So for those regulars who know I vlog about my passions, which are entrepreneurship and running, and most importantly how these topics link together to help people overcome the emotions of stress, overwhelm and anxiety by using exercise as a release mechanism. And it's a very humid morning today. It's about 18 degrees, overcast. It looks like it's going to absolutely hammer it down with the rain at some point, so hopefully I don't get caught. But nice running conditions this morning, so I can't complain. And it is Thursday Travels, where we give you an update on the challenge, how much money we've raised, how far along we've run, and more information about the charities we're raising money for. And today's topic is all about Internet Watch Foundation, which is one of the 6 charities we will be raising money for. So as always, please support the challenge and give it a like, subscribe to the content and a share, and let's get started. So, the next charity I want to introduce in the Runpreneur challenge that we're raising £1 million for, who's going to get an equal share of £1 million, is Internet Watch Foundation. Okay, now this is an amazing charity. It's the biggest in their kind of area of specialism, and what they ultimately do is they remove child exploitation online. Okay, so that's child pornography, explicit images, explicit videos, all that type of thing, anything to do with the exploitation of children in an online sense. They're there to police it, to get it removed, get it taken down as quickly as possible, because this is in the grand scheme of things, it's a relatively new issue. Obviously the internet's only been around for a few decades, whereas there's been several children's charities that have been around for far longer than that, and this is something that's new, but it's grown at an astronomical rate. And this is only a relatively small charity, is Internet Watch Foundation, but it's growing and getting more funding, which is so important to allow it to do the amazing things that it does. I mean, even with a small team, they currently monitor and assess over 1,000 online images and videos every single day, which is an absolutely staggering high number, and they're not even scratching the surface. It just shows how big this issue is on a global scale. So it's starting to become a bit more political, and there's funding being given to them from government level because they realise the damaging effect this stuff has on children, and the way, by having access to content like this still online, it brings new people into such a horrible, disgusting area online, and take that away, remove it from the internet, and you start quashing it at the cause level rather than kind of reacting to it. You're proactively trying to address this growing issue, which is horrendous. I mean, I don't think I could personally work at an organisation like the Internet Watch Foundation because of the stuff that you'd see, you'd witness. It's mortifying, it's gut-wrenching, it's sickening, but it's a charity that does so much good that I'm so passionate to try and raise money for them. Now, interestingly, they are a local charity to where I live. They're based in Cambridge, and I know I was introduced to them by someone who I run with, Neil Proust. I'll be getting him on the vlog very soon. He's been brought in a fundraising capacity to try and generate funds over the course of the years in setting up different projects, fundraising activities to start generating more kind of funds raised by the public. And when he spoke to me about this, I just thought, wow, I need to support this charity, because it's often, people do often focus on the big children's charities, which are amazing, I must add, but it's often the little ones that are the unsung heroes in many respects, and certainly Internet Watch Foundation falls into that category. So I will be learning a lot more about the ins and outs of what they do. I'm a bit scared of doing that, but I think it's really important for people to be aware of what goes on out there, because I'm as guilty as many as living in my own little bubble, and it's quite easy to sometimes shut yourself away from some of the bigger issues out there, and this online child exploitation is a massive issue. And I have to confess, I'm a little bit scared to find out more, really. I have 3 kids of my own, and the thought of any abuse them being subjected to, let alone online sexual exploitation, it's not what I struggle to think about it. Just talking about it now, it's all kind of riling me, getting me angry, and so it's going to be a really tough one to kind of document. But I want to raise awareness, and I want people to realise that the funds that they're going for, a sixth of every pound that goes in, 16.7% of every single 16.7p of every pound I raise goes to Internet Watch Foundation, as also goes equally to the other 5 charities that we're raising money for, because we want to cover the whole spectrum of issues that are affecting our children on a global scale. So a relatively short episode today. I will be having some key episodes with some key figures at each of the charities that I'm raising money for, because I want to really delve deep into each charity over the course of this challenge. I want to find out who the key figures are. I want to work with them, help them, promote, publish, do whatever I can to support them, and also understand more. And I think the hard thing will be is that I'm also setting myself a mission to kind of see and hear from the people who've been positively affected by the charities, and actually really kind of help the public see the differences that their funds can make to individual people. So put somebody's name to it, a child's name to it. I want to meet these children, and I want to try and hear their story in a very understanding way. And it's going to be really hard and challenging because I'm no journalist, but I certainly want to share certainly the success stories that the charities had, and I also want to share the stories that are perhaps not so successful, but I think it's just important for the raising awareness process. So watch this space. I've haven't got the date firmed up yet, but Neil Proust, who's somebody I run with, he's a very close friend of mine, he's going to come on me and talk to me about what the charity does in more granular fashion, how the impact of where the funds go, where they're spent, and I'll be doing that for each of the other charities too. So that's pretty much it for me today. A relatively short episode, so it makes a change for me. But if you've got any questions and stuff, drop me a comment. I'll respond to everyone. If it's a bigger topic, I'll do a separate vlog episode and tag you in. Do check the links in my bio, where it'll take you through to the Challenge Runpreneur website, whereby you can click the links and go through to all the charities we're raising money for, and you can find out a lot more about what they do on their websites. I also explain a little bit about what they do on my website too, so you can access them there. But most importantly, you can find out how you can support the Runpreneur Challenge on the website. It tells you how to donate, how you can get involved if you're not donating, and support the challenge in whatever capacity you can, because £1 million, mark my words, will save lives. And that's what this is all about. It's not about me, it's not about benefiting in any other way. All I want to be able to do at the end of this is build a network, a community of people, a movement of people that have genuinely saved some children's lives. And if we can do that, then it'll be mission accomplished. It's a long mission to go, but we'll do everything we possibly can to get there. So all that's left to say is that the content I blog about is always geared to helping people overcome the emotions of stress, overwhelm and anxiety by using exercise, in my case run blogging, or any form of release mechanism that enables us to manage the daily, weekly pressures in the form of stress that we all experience. And it's how we can kind of process what's going on, gain clarity, refocus, clear our heads and move on, which is what a release mechanism is. And if we don't have those, pressure builds like pressure does in a pipe. And those pressures in the form of stress very quickly are going to grow into overwhelm. Overwhelm is when you've got too many things going on, that you've just got too many things to focus on, you can't focus, you almost have a seizure, you freeze, you procrastinate, and then very, very quickly that overwhelm will evolve into panic and anxiety, where you're flirting with the edges of mental health issues, and clearly you want to avoid that. And in the analogy of the pipe and the pressure builds to such a level at that stage where the pipe will eventually burst and you will have a mental health breakdown. Now, I've been there. I've lost businesses because of this, I've lost business partners because of this, and I've almost been bankrupt because of this. So I've been there, experienced it. Believe you me, it's the darkest days of my life, and I wouldn't wish it upon my worst enemy. And there's no coincidence that over the past 12 months of doing this running blog, which is my release mechanism, I've made more progress in all facets of my life than I have done in the previous 5 years. So hopefully there's enough social proof to evidence that this stuff really works. I've also, in my previous job, helped hundreds of entrepreneurs overcome these exact issues. So I do know what I'm talking about on this topic. So my pledge to you is, if you are someone who's struggling with this, drop me a message. Okay, we'll get a step-by-step guide out to you on how you can overcome these issues, how you can find your release mechanism, and I'll even jump on a call if needed to go through it in a step-by-step fashion to get you back onto your, whatever your map or pathway to success is, will get you back onto that journey. So that's pretty much it for me today. Help is often there, it's often free, so there's no catch to this. Runpreneur is a not-for-profit organisation. Okay, we make no monetary gains on any of this. We do take donations for children's charities, but that's always optional. Help, value, content I provide is always free. So help is for free. Just reach out and ask. And it's often easier to ask a stranger than nearest and dearest. So all I have to say, as always, is please support the challenge in any way you can by checking out the links in the bios. And stay positive, stay happy, and I'll see you tomorrow.